Good afternoon, guys. Sorry this video is a little bit late today. We had a meeting this morning and a lot of stuff to do. So anyway, if you look at the agenda, you'll see that the only assignment you have left for this week after the independent reading is to write a short story. And I told you at the beginning of the 6 weeks that that would be our culminating writing assignment, would be to write a short story. And you're sort of using the night face up as a mentor text. So we'll look at the instructions in a minute, but you're going to be writing a story that sort of has an unexpected twist to it or an unexpected element. Don't overthink it. This is just a short story. You writing a story, make sure that it is original because Writable does have a plagiarism check. So make sure that it's original and just write your story. That should be an easy test grade, okay? It is in Writable. I had originally said that it was in Ed, but I did switch over to Writable format. So I'm going to show you my test user account so it'll look like a student so you can see it. But if you go down to your assignment that's due on the 23rd, and that's Friday, so make sure you get your short story done by Friday afternoon. I won't be doing any grading over the weekend, so you need to make sure that your work for this week is finished by Friday afternoon. And then, of course, I will go back and anything that you haven't done, you'll be counted absent for those days that that work was supposed to be done. Okay. And then we'll be back together on Monday. So if you go to the assignment, it has all these instructions, but it'll have the instructions in Writable as well. So you just click on Writable. I am a student, sign in with Google, sign in with your school Google account, and then it'll take you to your dashboard where it will show what you've done. You should have one assignment that we did in Writable. So it tells me I have 0 of 1 prompt written. So that's where I click on the keep on going to get to my prompt. And I really wanted to show you what this looks like from a student point of view, and so I can see it too. It's really annoying when all I can see is what it looks from the teacher side, so that's the reason I've got this user account. So what would be here is, and I'm not sure why this account is not configured, but I think with yours it will pull up the night face up. The reason it pulls up the night face up for you is because that is your mentor text. So you can kind of look at how that story is structured to get ideas, how the sentences are written, the transitions that are done, how it builds suspense and all of that. So write a short story with a suspenseful or surprising plot. And I'm not going to read all this to you, but I did want you to notice that up here at the top, there is a play button where you can listen to the instructions being read to you. So write a short story in which things are revealed to be different from how they first appear. Review the selections in this unit and consider the ways in which things are not as they may first appear. And remember, our unit question is, how does the way we see things affect how does our point of view affect the way we see things? Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. All right, so you have a short story planning chart here. You can put your topic. I've already heard from one student asking, that had looked up ideas for short stories. That is fine. You may look up ideas for short stories, but just make sure that your actual story is original. You can even do, I know you've seen and I'm not sure this would fit the prompt, but a fairy tale from a different point of view, like with Three Little Pigs fable from a different point of view, from the point of view of the Big Bad Wolf. So you can use the same characters from another story or another movie, but make sure that your story is original, okay? That you do not copy and paste any part of it from anywhere. So then you have to tell who the characters are, what the setting is, the time and place, and notice that you can click on these boxes. What is the central conflict? And what is the resolution? And what is the basic theme or message that you're trying to get across? And then do the plot development. I think this is going to be very helpful for you to structure your story. So the beginning, the introduction. So this is basically like your plot diagram. You remember that it goes up and down. The tension in the plot increases, the climax, the resolution, the ending. Okay, and that's all you have to do for that. And now I'm trying to figure out where you actually do the writing. You will have, ah, that pulled up a Google Doc over to the side. So let me see what I did. I clicked on this pull out over to the side, and there was probably another place to write where I didn't see it, but I clicked on write. So wherever you see a blue thing that says write, make sure you go there. So you're writing in an actual Google Doc. That was I was able to assign it to you as writing in a Google Doc through the Writable platform. So this will save into your Google Docs automatically, and then you've got all of your normal tools. So the main complaint I get about Writable, sometimes students don't like the little bitty box that you have to start typing in. So you can enlarge your Google Doc and just write it as a regular Google Doc, and it will save for you. So let's rename this as just short story unit 2, and then you can give your story a title. You need to give your story a title. So all of this is just ideas to help you. You'll be deleting this that's already there, and then you'll just start typing. Okay. And then remember that after you get your story written, when you get ready to check and submit, and by the way, since this is a short story, it doesn't have that revision aid, revision assistant thing where you click on the paragraphs, because you don't really have a thesis for a short story and things like that. So Writable doesn't really grade short stories, just essays. So you do have a checklist. So when you get ready to submit your assignment, you click submit, and then you click self-review, and then you have to do the self-review over here on this side, and you have to do that before you're able to submit it. And really take your time with that and look and make sure that you've met all of these requirements. Okay, and that's basically it for the short story. There's no right or wrong, there's no word length, unless, I would say shoot for at least 300 words, but it would be really hard to tell a good story in 300 words. So I'm not going to give you a word requirement, okay? I'm going to grade it based on the rubric, but if it's really, really short, then I would take points off from there. So I just want you to be creative, have fun with it, don't get bogged down in, not being able to get started. Just get started and write a story. And the same with the poem. If you haven't done your poem yet, that was the easiest thing in the world, and that is a 100 for a test grade. Everybody that wrote a poem and turned it in made 100. Do you hear me? Everybody that wrote a poem and turned it in made 100. There is no right or wrong. Okay? So get that poem done. Some of you've got a lot of work to get done. You've got to get it done. Okay? It's not going to go away. All right, so that's all I have for today. There probably won't be another video tomorrow or Friday unless something just comes up. I'll do it through a Google announcement. But you have 3 days to write this short story. That's more time than I would normally give you to do any writing assignment. Okay, so make sure, look down here, it says switch to writing. Squirrel. Okay, so make sure that you get this done. You have 3 full days to work on that. That's the only assignment that you have. So you read 2 independent readings, 10 annotations each this week, and then writing your short story. Get all caught up, and then we're back together on Monday. We can have a fresh start and finish out the 6 weeks strong. All right, that's all I've got for today, and I am looking forward to seeing you all in just a few days. And y'all get your work done and have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.